Okay. I mean, that was a fast stinger, wasn't it?
That was a stinger.
I know you couldn't catch all of the dozens and dozens and dozens of speakers we have, but this is the Automotive State of the Union. I'm Paul, that's Kyle, and we're going to talk a little bit about ASOTU CON and people bringing people to court and people launching ad campaigns, free burritos. You're going to get the full mix today's show.
Yeah.
But you just saw a very fast version of all the speakers we have. Hey, Nathan, do you know how many speakers we have?
I can find that answer out.
He's like, I lined them all up on a step and repeat, a giant step and repeat that's going to be at ASOTU CON. But we have just a full array of amazing dealer operators, marketers, practitioners, industry partners about to come and just unpack the suitcase of all the insights, innovations, and things they're trying, things that didn't work, to collaborate with you at ASOTU CON in under 2 weeks from now. It is May 13th through 15th. In Hanover, Maryland, just south Baltimore, north of DC. It's so easy to get to. You should get your tickets. We're in that 2 week push now every day. Like, look at all these people who said they were coming or thought they were coming, and then they finally were like, "Oh crap, it's May. I better get my ticket."
That's exactly what it is. Like I had that yesterday. I got two texts like, "Oh boy, I thought I was coming." But
we're up to 96 speakers.
Oh my goodness!
Are you kidding me? And there's still a couple out there. Yeah.
So we might hit a hundo.
Stop.
We might hit a hundo.
Yeah,
almost 100.
No, this is including like pitch tank presenters and some podcast people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's all over 100 people will be speaking on 5 different stages.
Look, the diversity of thought that you can get from coming to this event. Key. I think you know why. Normally it's around 85 speakers, and we have the same amount of sessions. But I think the difference this year is the fact that I think we've maybe duplicated people like 3 times on stages, maybe. And so it's like every single room, you're going to get operators and people that are freshly thinking about a new thing. The narrative will not be combined. Every room will stand on its own.
Let's talk about a session, Nathan. I see you have one queued up. What is it?
Let's do it. We got a session.
Yo. There's 2 sessions. Go ahead, hit them.
That's 2 sessions. Okay, so first of all, I talked to
and read them for the people on the audio only.
Inspiring consumer confidence in a shifting market. I talked to Patrick after he hung out with Matt Jones and Jeff Ramsey yesterday, and he was pumped about the session. He was like, "I'm learning stuff from Matt and Jeff on the call already." And they're going to be talking about how to communicate internally and externally to make sure that people aren't just like swayed by the wind. Mm-hmm. And then Michael Lutsky actually came up with this session, and we added Michael Wood and Keelan Whitner, unlocking learning, development, and high performance teams. And these people have done that at a high level and created teams that don't mess around. And so you're going to want to be 3 dealers just crushing it.
Definitely like this. There's kind of like this rising stars also vibe that's happening at ASOTU CON. Keelan, definitely one of those. A lot of new startups at the pitch tank stage. With that last session you mentioned, super cool is that Michael was one of Keelan's instructors when he went through NADA Academy.
Cool.
And Michael, for a long time, NADA instructor, now a dealer. So we have all these intersecting stories and narratives. The bottom line is these are people doing it and figuring it out on the way. And that's the real value of ASOTU CON. It's not that, you're going to get great swag. I wish I had the swag bags here. The swag is going to be next level, folks, but that's not why anybody's dealership gets better. You get better because you meet the people and learn the things that are going to help you make meaningful change when you get back.
What was crazy actually, and I love this about our panelists. I have 2 panels in particular that one of the dealers on the panel was like, I have a lot of thoughts on this, but I still have a lot of questions. Is it okay if I ask questions to the other panelists?
As a panelist, we encourage that.
That's amazing.
Nathan, you're sitting there right now, and I'm not going to ask you to do anything else, but can you run the 2 swag bags that are hanging on the cart in your room over to me?
Oh my goodness.
I sent Kyle a picture of these yesterday. And
I know we did them on Monday. We showed them, but we got to show them again. Yeah, when your audio was like all crazy.
Oh, but I mean,
yeah.
Look, cool. we got the Lululemon style. Actually, these are indiscernible from the quality of a Lululemon shopping bag.
Yeah,
you got the little converge, innovate, disrupt, repeat. Yeah, we did. I found it. Look at this. Look at this.
Unbelievable.
We got the teal blue. We got the
people are going to be trading. It's going to be like trading.
Yeah, because you only get 1 swag bag. But
no, I want the green. No, I want the teal. No, I want the. Okay. Let's get
You know, it's really
into it.
cool when you bring something home. Like if you like have a wife or a significant other that loves Lululemon, you bring them home that bag from the conference. They're like, finally, some
Yes.
merch I want to keep.
It's amazing.
All right, let's get into news. It's about that time. Oh, by the way, go to ASOTUCON.com, get your tickets. Send us
That's right.
a DM, a text. Let us know you're coming. We'll roll out the red carpet. All right, here we go. California, man, they spent a lot of time on this general subject lately. Just after suing Scout Motors, California dealers are now challenging Sony Honda Mobility's direct-to-consumer model, questioning its legality under state franchise law. The California New Dealer Association is investigating whether Afeela, which is the joint venture, direct online sales, circumvents state laws designed to protect franchisees. CNCDA President Brian Maas, our good friend, said if Sony Honda Mobility is deemed affiliated with Honda, which it's really hard to say it's not,
Yeah.
must legally use franchise dealers to sell vehicles. The group is also reviewing Sony Honda Mobility's pop-up showrooms, concerned they might function as illegal retail outlets.
Yikes.
Here's a quote from Brian. He says, our concern would be alleviated if Sony Honda decided to use some franchise dealers to sell these cars.
Yeah. I mean, this is the reason why dealer associations exist. They should push back on these things at a legal level.
Mm-hmm.
But here's my thought is if you're a dealer, if you're a Honda dealer and you are in California, go do some pop-up showrooms, right? Go find a mall retail space and do a pop-up. Show Sony Honda that you can do it as good, if not better, than they can.
Sell
Staff it
things,
well,
test drive it. You know how to do all these things already. No training required, right?
Exactly. I think, and this is, I've been arguing this a lot, is if dealers were to look at all of the things that Tesla and Rivian and Polestar and Sony Honda and all of these are doing in the marketplace from a go-to-market strategy, like especially the regionally located dealer groups that have some staff, that have some corporate ability to go and market, why not start to do some of these things and prove to the OEMs that you're just as innovative, that you're just as flexible, and that you can operate like the startup mentality that they want, so that consumers see you as the best alternative and they start telling California, oh, no. We want to work with X dealer.
I'll tell you what, this would be an amazing use of some tier $2.
Come on now.
I mean,
pop-up shops. It would.
Listen, it's
tier
like
2 should get into the pop-up
your
shops.
local area Honda dealers, right? They got all this money. Like, let's be honest,
like
a lot of it is being
Nashville
misspent.
Honda dealers at the
come on.
Opry Mills Mall, because there's always 1 or 2 spots available for pop-up shops. Why not get on that?
I know it. If you need help concepting that out and you manage a tier 2 or you have influence over tier 2, let us know. We know a thing or two about setting up events, activations, retail. We would love to help put that together, even as a concept. Speaking of a concept,
stop.
Nope.
Segue time.
Rivian is leaning into its loyal community with its first ever national ad campaign, turning fan stories into feel-good ads. The real Rivian Adventures campaign, using real owner stories to showcase their brand values. The first ad featuring a kid using R1T's outlet to power a lemonade stand. Actually, we'll let you watch it.
Do we have this? Yeah, we got it queued up. All right.
Have you seen it? I haven't watched it yet.
No.
Good. Play it. First time for everyone.
I did it on purpose. There's these 2 kids standing off.
It's a standoff on lemonade stands. We'll explain it for those on the podcast. One says all proceeds go to puppies. Now the other kid
in the front.
The other kid's
Slushy
using the
lemonade.
Rivian to power his lemonade frosty machine. Okay, so I know it's kind of hard to do it through the music. Basically, it was 2 kids setting up lemonade stands across the street from one another, trying to beat each other on value proposition. Little girl, little boy. The little girl then puts a sign out, said all proceeds go to puppies, which made him look sad until the Rivian R1T behind him. He opens the frunk, plugs in a blender, starts making frozen lemonade.
Yep.
To which she is discouraged, and then he goes across the street and hands her one. So, created by
the trick to this whole thing is the end screen with the photo of the actual person that sent in this story.
Submitted the story in front of their R1T. This campaign and video is created by Mojo Supermarket. It's rolling out across all streaming and social platforms, so no traditional TV, streaming and social only.
Oh,
Coming
really?
ahead of Rivian's more affordable R2 crossover launch expected in 2026 at around $45,000. That'll be a big game changer for them. Here is the VP of Marketing, Denise Sherry, for Rivian, says, the more inclusive and collaborative we can be, that really is true to who we are. Inviting their consumers to be a part of their brand advocacy is how you do it.
Inviting your consumers to be a part of your brand advocacy.
Mm-hmm.
Your most valuable asset is your people, and your greatest resource for referral and repeat business are your clients. Lean into both of those, and you tell people stories, and all of a sudden you don't have to worry about that value prop that anybody can compete with. And Rivian is dialing it in my opinion.
Small marketing aside here. Recently, I saw Gary Vaynerchuk speak about the flip that's happening in how corporations and companies should be viewing marketing. It used to be paid, earned, owned, meaning you paid for the primary trajectory of your marketing was paid for. The next level was earned, meaning that you did something worth that other people were willing to talk about without you paying them. And then owned is stuff that you created that is organically spreading and getting you customers. He said the new model is flipped. The focus should be owned, earned, paid. And it looks like Rivian is really embracing that, taking their own customer stories and their advocacy, then turning that into something that other people, AKA right now us, but other outlets picking it up, are willing to talk about. That's earned. And then they're going to put an ad spend behind it and run it on streaming and social. I think there's a few things we can learn there.
Owned and paid. Let's go, baby.
Speaking of earned,
Stop.
Come on.
Segue.
Time. Let's go. And paid.
We've been talking a lot about Chipotle this year because their new leadership is really pushing back on what it looks like to be in the community. They're giving away 200,000 free burrito e-cards.
That's a lot of beans.
That's a lot. 200,000 times $9.86, fam, to teachers and healthcare professionals during National Appreciation Weeks. 100,000 teachers and 100,000 healthcare workers will be randomly selected to receive these free entree cards. People must sign up and verify their employment through ID.me to qualify, with which both of those types of companies and careers have the ability to.
Yep.
The giveaway coincides with Teacher Appreciation Week, which is May 5th through 9th. Heads up, everybody. You've only got a few days to get on that.
What if you homeschool?
And National Nurses Week, May 6th through 12th. Their Roundup for Real Change campaign also supports related nonprofits through customer donations. Chris Brandt, their chief brand officer, great title, said that teachers and healthcare professionals are such important members of the communities we serve.
Okay, this is really low-hanging fruit, everyone.
So low. Oh my goodness.
You have teachers and nurses in your CRM, walking in your stores, related to the families who work at your store. Come up with something nice. You can actually do the Chipotle gift cards.
Why not?
Just do what they're doing.
Yeah.
Right. Like, let's add to it. Let's make sure the family can go with the person for free. These are just moments when, we know Patrick Abad, we talk about him a lot because he does so many amazing things. We heard him say something when we were in a store a few weeks ago, and he was basically saying, like, if you're a teacher or you're a first responder, you get a free loaner car. We always want to, it's important that you can get to the job. Yep. You do. It's so important to all of us in the community. We figure out a way to take care of it. It's just another way to express that. If they can do that, you can think about a way that you can do it as well. And also, let's not leave out the industry partners.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
You got teachers, you got nurses, you got people in the family. Like, talk about a way to really help your team be more.
And you're embedded in a city. You're actually embedded in cities across the country. Why not run a match campaign with some of your dealers that are some of your great dealers?
Oh,
and
there's
the
magic.
Like,
that's the magic. I don't know. It's like the marketing episode. Hey, if you want more thoughts and ideas like this and know people that are implementing things like this on the everyday, you should get out to ASOTU CON and meet them. If we didn't say it twice, we didn't say it at all. Talk to you tomorrow.